What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action, spawning in the left side of the map in the blue color, playing as Odin. His name is Yoshii. His opponent today, in the red color, playing as Zeus. His name is Skady. The map is Blue Lagoon. And this is game number 5. Game number 5, the third, fourth place match for the Champions League season number 3. What a series we've had thus far. For a quick recap, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 1 was so long ago that I can barely remember it. The most insane Zeus versus Loki war you're ever going to see. Game number 2 was the most insane Ra timing attack you've ever seen, followed by a crazy game after that. Just an insane game number 2. Game number 3, as I continue to say, every game was insane. Yoshii did an insane set villager rush of all things. Game number 4, we saw a very, very rare frozen wastes Ragnarok defense from Skady. I don't know about you guys, but this is most likely the most crazy series we've had to date in this tournament. Maybe with the exception of that one Sun Tzu series against, I can't remember, but that was probably more insane. But we're getting close. We're getting close. Oh, we'll see how things are going to go here for Skady. He's going back in with the Zeus. He didn't have any success with the Zeus in the first series, the first 2 games. Excuse me, not the series, the first 2 games. He's going back in with Zeus for game number 5. Maybe he's going to be able to work it out here. He is finding himself not playing against Loki this time instead of playing against Odin, a completely different kettle of fish completely. It might be still against Norse, but it is a completely different kettle of fish. We do see the temple coming up here. Is the Katoskopos going to be becoming a little bit annoying here? Just doing a little bit of damage, but the good thing about playing Odin is you get that regen, so even though the Ulfsark gets damaged a little bit, as long as the Ulfsark doesn't start getting damaged towards the earlier stages of that temple going up, you will be able to finish the temple, get everything up, no problems there as the Raven's going to be moving around. And what is the plan here for Skady as the temple is going up in the main base? Skady might be playing this one a little bit differently here. So there are 2 options here for Skady. Option number 1 is a red hot Athena rush. And I love that in this matchup. I think it's possibly the better way to go most of the time. But there's a second option, and popularized by Ulysses, called the Hoplite Centaur Strat. And effectively it is a Hermes Centaur Strangle, but you also build hoplites with it instead of going in with Hippocon. And it ends up being incredibly, incredibly potent. As Skady about to be thinking about advancing, his temple is a little bit late here. I'm not sure exactly why that is, but it's a little bit late and he is going to be advancing, and he does pick Athena. As the second storehouse coming up on this position. Probably not the best wood line, or the best storehouse placement, but nice and close to this wood line. If this gets forest fight, he'll be able to move over here and get that going very, very fast as well. Is that temple rotated? It might just be my own. I'm not sure. I think it is. I don't know. Anyways, it doesn't matter. All right. Herse moving forward for Yoshii. He's looking for some early game attacks onto these villages. The wall's already coming up here for Skady. He's got some sort of an inkling that stuff is coming his way and he just wants to play nice and what is that longhouse from Yoshii? I don't even know what to say about that. Crazy longhouse from Yoshii. He's going for some very aggressive early game plays here. As another longhouse coming down. The forward base against a Zeus player is something I haven't seen in a very, very long time. We do see the Katoskopos spots the villagers over on that hunt over there. Military Academy archery range coming down. In the main base of Skady, his villagers still gathering over here. As the Valkyrie comes through, there's a wall over here to allow the villagers to retreat. and he will be able to get away if he's paying attention. And he does retreat back. We do see the Valkyrie getting bolted there as the Herser coming over to attempt to stop this one. One unfortunate pathing, or not pathing, but grouping up there as the Skady heroes coming through here. Skady, if you grab both of those, you can kind of speed walk the villagers away, but it will look like Skady, for the most part, gets away without too many losses there. As the raiding cavalry almost going down. The villagers turning around, taking a bit of the early game fight here as well. Got to be careful with those. You don't want to be losing them. Even though he wants to start this fight, he's got to realize that there's a forward base here. Skady hasn't noticed that just yet. A Minotaur up on this position. I love that play here from Yoshii. I think he's just going for no, he's just setting it up there for that Minotaur, because where else could it be? If it's not in the main base, it's hitting my villagers. And the Herser here to defend this one, as Skady says not Skady, but Yoshii says not today. A really, really nice play here from Yoshii. 4.2 speed Herser can't really kill the Minotaur if it just runs, but it can prevent the damage from coming in. Skady retreating back, just trying to get his economy going. The big advantage of obviously of playing Norse and playing Odin specifically is that your early game is quite a bit better than most other civilizations. You can see the population differential at this point is heavily in favor of the Odin player, but Yoshi's not really doing anything with it at the moment. Skady's in his main base. He's on his berries. He's on his pigs here. He knows he doesn't need to be out there just yet, as the Minotaur getting dragged back to the army here as he's trying to take down one of those Herser, and he does manage to actually do so nicely. But Skady moving out into the middle of the map, this will allow Yoshii to move back and attack. 4 longhouses already here for Yoshii. He wants to spam those units hard, as that temple here going to be getting taken out will mean that Yoshii's main base is already open to attack, but Skady is saying, I don't need to attack you where you're strong. And now what is normally a defender's advantage here is now nothing. There's no defender's advantage here for Yoshii, but Yoshii says, I'm not going to defend myself. I'm just going to attack you. As that's one way to go about it, as the army coming back to Katoskopos will spot this, and Skady is more than happy to take this fight, as he does push in with the Ajax, or not the Ajax, the Jason and everything else. Forest fire over here. 1 villager down, 2 villagers down, potentially. Is that one going? Yes, 2 villagers down, 3 villagers down. 3 villagers down total there. Nice raid from Yoshii. Skady does pick off a bunch of units over here, though, as the army of Skady moving up to this top corner here to take down the villagers on that hunt that is still going strong here. Skady retreating into his town center. Lots of villagers idle here. He does have the pigs in his main base. A handful of units can come over and try and defend this, as the villagers on the gold, on the wood, on the food, all under attack here for Yoshii. Yoshii's got to defend this really, really well. The tower here going to go down. The Toxo is going after the villagers on this position here as well to push them off that. And now Yoshii's economy is fully idled. He can move his villagers back onto the wood and onto the berries over here, but there's no gold, as a couple of units getting taken down over here. The hoplites do trade relatively well against those raiding cavalry, but is it going to be enough? As Skady now has pushed Yoshii off of hunt and off of gold, and Yoshii is in a difficult position. Population differential, very, very close here. Very, very close. But there's not going to be a moment here where Yoshii allows Skady to get a full head-on fight at this point. He's never going to bring those raiding cavalry back. He's going to continue to cause distractions here. But does that matter? Because Yoshii's at 90 population, but Yoshii is never going to be able to get himself up to the heroic age here if he doesn't take a fight to get his gold mine back. Because unless there's a way in which Yoshii can sneak a gold mine over here, for example, as the raiding cavalry are searching around, they will be able to find some villages here. There are units in the main base here defending for Skady, so he should be fine so long as he pulls his villagers fast enough. Raiding cavalry are blind, so they won't be able to spot where those villages are as they retreat back completely fine here. Dwarves jumping into the town center, wanting to get back onto that gold mine as soon as they possibly can here. Raiding cavalry searching around. We do see the units now moving forward as the villagers moving over here onto this hunt. The raiding cavalry here pushing around. There are a handful of Toxotes, but with the villagers here to kind of tank you can defend this fairly easily. Meanwhile, on the main base, we do see an attempt from Yoshii to defend this one with the longhouses defending that town center. I like that play as the hoplites trying to chase the raiding cavalry here. Unupgraded raiding cavalry, hoplites, toxotes, and villagers, more than enough to defend most of the time where that's concerned. As the villagers going to come and join in here on that fight. Villagers continuing to eat the rhino here. And now Skady is both on hunt. He's got the population. He's got the gold. He's got the units coming back here to try and take this fight and keep himself defending in classic Skady fashion. He's more than happy to just throw some villagers into his army and push Yoshii back. Yoshii can jump onto his gold mine now. He can get the remainder of that gold in as farms coming through and the pigs coming in as well. But I mean, what you do here, as the villagers now sneaking up onto the corner, the Toxotes is already over there. As the Toxotes do catch Yoshii out, as the raiding cavalry are just they're not anywhere to be seen. The villagers do get spotted here. 8 villagers against 13 raiding cavalry. That's a lot of damage coming through, but the hoplites do come in here to start dealing with this. Meanwhile, Toxotes moving forward. If you lose a couple of villagers on your hunt and you pick off a couple of villagers on the gold here, that's well worth it here for Skady, as Yoshii is in a very, very terrifying position. Meanwhile, the hoplites coming over here getting shanked down by the villagers on that gold mine, but the Toxotes are marching over there immediately. Yoshii is in a very, very difficult position here as the villagers getting, the hoplites can just stay here. Yoshii is unrelenting with the raids, but doesn't matter as the villagers over here getting sniped down. These villagers retreat over here. This random Toxote is kind of stuck on a cliff. Not sure how that managed to go over there, but the hoplites defend. The villagers continue to eat the rhinoceros on this position. Meanwhile, we do see the hoplites scouted this gold mine as well, as it's immediately going to start pushing the villagers off of that gold mine, as the unit's pushing forward here as well, as Yoshii wants to push off this hunt as best as he can. The villagers getting pulled off of the food here to take this fight. Hoplites still don't have themselves that upgrade medium infantry here just yet, as the raiding cavalry going to be retreating away. And we see the Skady units coming up onto this position here to have that fight. The villagers going to be retreating back onto the rhinoceros here. A couple of villagers getting taken down as well. As now the hoplites come through, take out the raiding cavalry. And Yoshii going to be retreating back for the time being. We do see the Toxotes coming through to clean up a couple of throwing axemen here. The advantage here seems to be firmly in Skady's favor. However, there's always an opportunity here for Skady and Zeus to slip after all is said and done. And we do see Skady opting for a second town center. It does give himself access to these elephant. The villagers are going to be moving up to those as well, as the villagers get pushed off that gold mine yet again. The army of Skady is going to sit on this position here to defend the villagers, getting the town center up. Toxote here as well. And with all of the army bunched up, where can Yoshii attack? The gold mine will be expired here. There's not really a good gold mine to grab. This one over here with the wall already up kind of is decent. As now the army coming through here for Yoshii. Yoshii's actually got a villager lead after all is said and done here in this game. It's a villager lead for Yoshii. A slight one, only 3 villagers, but a villager lead. So after it's all said and done, Yoshii's back on gold. He's got his army over here. He needs to get a little bit more population together, and he needs to continue hitting these raids to find himself an advantage. You do see the army checking out the food over there as the Yoshii units retreating back home. Farms coming up. Villagers pushing forward. They can take these elephant here. That would be gigantic for him here. And this is one thing that, generally speaking, you got to be really careful with this. Second town centers, from the perspective of the Zeus player, as we see the town center getting targeted down, the throwing axemen, they're in here, and watchtowers come through as well. Skady taking this fight. This does a lot here to keep the classical age going. And this is what I was going to conclude with, is basically going for the second town center. The only way you win with Zeus going for the second town center is you force fights and keep the Odin player needing to spam resources out. But look at this. Yoshii's just snuck this gold mine in the middle of nowhere. He actually didn't go after the elephant there, which is a bit of a surprise, as the longhouse going down. Skady, 120 population, 40 villagers at the moment to 43. As the hoplite numbers, they're starting to dwindle. How many military buildings here? He's got himself 3 military buildings. I want to start getting some more here. As the Jason comes over here, 6 HP, will end up going down. And the gold mine sneak. We've seen this many a times in this tournament. And most of the time, a successful gold mine sneak is very, very big. Skady does still have restoration though, so he will be able to make a lot of damage. And look at this. I love this play from Yoshii. He garrisons into the town center to avoid the Toxote fire. And that, not only that, but it also boosts the damage output of the town center considerably. There's a raiding cavalry going to be leaving here, going to be looking to target this elephant over here, but it's been completely eaten up, so the villagers will be able to retreat, no problem. Meanwhile, over here, villagers on this gold mine, they've been spotted. They can get targeted down. Minotaurs coming through here as well. As the villagers getting attacked. Yoshii actually now has got 600 gold in the bank. And it does look like Skady, he's actually thrown away a lot of units here. Yoshii's distraction action here is very, very strong as the villagers moving forward, getting targeted down here. What is Skady doing? I mean, Skady could just be using the villagers to target the town center down because he's got no hoplites left. The hack damage will come through. The town center is at 1500 HP. We'll see if that's exactly what he's going to do here. Obviously, restoration is remaining. He's got the Minotaur as well. Villagers going to be targeting down the town center. Hoplites going after this one as well. He hasn't right-clicked the villagers just yet. As there he goes. As Restorate, he has to click restoration here, right? There he goes. The villager's going to be able to stay alive underneath the duress of that town center fire. And we do see more Minotaurs coming in classic Skady fashion. One thing he could also do after this fight's all said and done, he can actually click onto the village, onto the farms here and delete those with his villagers. It's a funny mechanic, but it is very, very strong. As Yoshii pulls back, Yoshii's still got decent amounts of resources here. As the villager's going to be retreating away. We do see the villagers over here on the zebra there as well. But now, Skady's got himself 130 population to utilize, but he's behind on villager count. He's behind on villager count, and Yoshii's been sneaking this gold mine for a very, very long time. As we see, do we see Skady here searching around at all? Not really. He's trying to find the gold mine. He knows that there's no gold getting grabbed over here or over here. The units here searching around. I just don't know if he's going to notice. I don't know if he's even scouted this portion of the map. As we finally see these villagers getting dealt with here as Yoshii trying to get this town center back up. This is something that Skady is not going to be allowing here. Part of me feels like just grabbing the town center back here would have been an easier and safer option. As the town center gets denied, Toxotes in here getting some good damage done. As these Toxotes, they do find the gold mine. And Yoshii's gold mining operation will be getting put a stop to. As Skady picks off a couple of villagers here. Every villager kill here is a very, very big thing. More Toxotes hoplites moving over here to put a stop to this one. As the villager's going to be trying to retreat away. Trying to distract a little bit. Sacrifice a couple of villagers. Sneak onto this gold mine. Not a bad idea. Meanwhile, Longhouse is getting taken down. Yoshii's at 107 of 100 population. So he still hasn't lost all too much. The back town center will be going up. His tower's getting taken down on this position as well. As we see the villagers saying, all right, I'll take your giraffe over here, no problems. It's a great idea. As the town center now back up for Yoshii. Tons of resources in the bank, but he can only really build himself here through an axeman. But he's got all the gold. He's got this hunt up here. He could rush towards the not the mythic age, but the heroic age at this point. He's also got this location here, and picking off that ox cart is going to be huge. He stops those villagers. He stops all of that food in its tracks here. The villagers, I mean, it doesn't really matter if they get it in or not, but every little bit's going to help as the villagers will start retreating away. Meanwhile, we do see the elephant getting eaten on this position as well. As the raiding cavalry do notice that that's coming in. And Skady being a little bit timid here with his army. He just needs to keep going and keep on putting the pressure on. Don't give Yoshii the time of day here. As you do see the villagers now moving over onto the giraffe. Wow, thank you for the gifted subs there, Vision. Appreciate that, my friend. 5 gifted subs. Appreciate that one so much. As the thrown axeman coming through onto this position here. Nice micro here from Skady to pull the thrown axeman. Yoshii not paying attention. Trying to micro this location as best as he can, but not able to do so. The throw and axeman getting massacred there. And Yoshii as well now. He doesn't have the gold remaining. Already gold income to go to the heroic age, which ends up being a really, really big problem for him. Even if he gets himself to 800 food, he's going to have to figure this one out. Let me hit the button there. I think that puts a stop to that. Okay, so Lone Wanderer now coming in for Yoshii. Is he thinking about making Ulfsark here? He could. I guess it doesn't put us... I don't know. It's fine. There's the hoplites. Targeting down the raiding cavalry over here. Toxody's going to be swinging through as well. The thing here that is a bit surprising... I mean, obviously Skady has 2 town centers. But... Skady, he's not really close to the... Well, he's actually getting there. He's not really close to that heroic age. He's actually... No, he's 3 town centers here. No, excuse me. 3 town centers and all the 4 town centers. And Yoshii is completely gold-starved. There's no way for him to get the... I mean, he can sneak this gold mine for the time being here. As the Ulfsark do manage to come through. A little bit of a raid here. Picking up a couple of villagers does hurt Skady, but he's got 3 town centers now. So 1 villager killed, 2 villagers killed. They just get replaced in 14 seconds. It's not the biggest of deals. As the villagers do retreat back. Raiding cavalry coming through, trying to get a ghost building in. Not able to do so. As the hoplites moving through here. Minotaurs coming in as well. And the villagers, they do get onto this gold mine. And Yoshii here... Looks like, I mean, he's going to be... He just needs the time. He just needs the time to get there. Frost, I mean, even if he gets there, though, is Frost going to be enough? Skady is so set up at this point, economically speaking, that picking off an entire army here with Frost simply is just not going to be enough. And Skady here, he's let this gold mine get grabbed for a little bit too long. Walls coming up on the top side of the map here as Yoshii... I mean, he doesn't have any hunt really left. He's got all of the farms getting grabbed. And Yoshii actually taking this opportunity to get himself a 2nd town center. But Skady is here and he says, no. Not today, Sonny Jim. I got the Toxody's ball. You're throwing axemen. I got nothing against my Toxody's ball. And that is the truth of the matter here. As a beautiful micro from Skady pulling those throwing axemen back yet again. As what can Yoshii do here? 100 population. Valkyries coming through. Valkyries are a great idea to deal with this army. Raiding cavalry still searching around, trying to prevent stuff from coming through the hoplites. Checking stuff out. Ulfsark can be trained out of these longhouses here for Yoshii as he's still picking villagers off left, right, and center. This is absolutely Yoshii's playstyle. He's just like Sun Tzu for the win. Just distraction, action at the best way he possibly can. But you just have to keep on grinding away here and not allow your opponent to grab the gold over here. There's also Hunt on this position, which Yoshii could have snuck while that was all going on, but he's decided against that. As Skady now getting close to getting to that next age. As the Toxody's spot this position here, the retreat path, it's not bad. He can move up through here. He won't lose too many villagers, but obviously every villager... Oh, he didn't click up there. The villager's not retreating the way that I thought he would have gone. Straight through those Toxody's, getting tons of damage as the raiding cavalry gets spotted over here. Military Academy coming up. Is there an armory? There is an armory. Copper Shields also coming through as well for Skady. And the Heroic Age has now been clicked up. Apollo on the way as this town center attempting to come up over here. Not really enough units to defend that one. So not going to get the 4 town centers through as now Yoshii takes that opportunity to get himself his own 2nd town center. But he's still in a position where he doesn't even have the 500 gold to get to the Heroic Age, which is making himself... It doesn't matter if he gets the full population here because he's just like, what's he going to do? Sky's going to be Heroic Age. He's going to have Apollo. He's going to have Manticore. He's going to be able to go Mythic Age as well behind all this. He's got all of the income. 70 villages versus 33. So he's got over double the income at this point that Yoshii has. And he's going to have access to her Haspist very, very shortly as we do see the Skady villagers saying, you know what? I'm going to eat these rhinoceros. Why not? I love that idea. Well, maybe he's not. He's just going to go for the gold mine. But throwing axemen moving across the map. Ulfsark still trying to find the damage here as well. As the throwing axemen going to be retreating back. And there's the Heroic Age for Skady. Do we see like an immediate market? What the upgrades looking like? He's got himself plow, hand axe, taking down these buildings here with the hoplites as well. There's the Yoshii Ulfsark. Try and get this town center. We see the throwing axeman coming back over here. Villagers onto this position. Just trying to distract. He's trying to get the town center. Deleting the town center and going heroic age. If you can just get the gold income. Doesn't have any food though. That's the hard part. We see a fortress coming up. Getting himself out some siege here to take this one down. And also defending his gold mine. A great way to solidify the position. As the throwing axeman trying to break through here, but is he too little too late? One fortress is more than enough to defend against this. The army of Skady now marching forward a little bit slow, but it's going to be here. And those throwing axemen are all going to be falling. The Valkyrie coming through. No shield maiden Valkyrie here for Yoshii. But he does have himself the resources in the bank now to get those sorts of upgrades if he wants to. As villagers now pushing through. Yoshii wants one last hurrah here by trying to break through on this position. The villagers getting pushed back. Skady, I mean, he's got all his army over here though. Nice micro from Yoshii with the Valkyrie, but the Toxotes turning onto the villagers there. As the villagers trying to shank down the fortress. Hephaestus has been clicked up by Skady. He's not screwing around with no Hera in game number 5. He says, as safe as possible. Hephaestus is the god of choice. He's got a 200 favor in the bank as well. As the population of Skady has fallen significantly here. Villagers have fallen as well. As somehow, some way, Yoshii is fighting his way back into this game. How does he And we see Skady click away from Hephaestus into Hera. Ladies and gentlemen, at 50% there after losing that fight so hard. There's no gold mines remaining here for Skady. And Skady says, oh dear. Oh dear. How does Yoshii do that? How did Yoshii do that? Yoshii's at 33 villages. Skady went from like 70 villages down to 43. He was at 145 population versus 118 population. He had upgrades. He had everything. The army's still coming out though for Skady. There's still a long road ahead for Yoshii. Now that Hera is on the way, this army will be deleted. Ladies and gentlemen, so long as Skady gets a decent usage of Lightning Storm, things are going to become very difficult here for Yoshii moving forward. As the army coming through, trying to just snipe units, trying to keep himself going. The villagers over here in this position, mining that gold mine. He does have the gold over there. The villagers over here. No villagers, that's an army. The Valkyrie still moving around. Do they have themselves Thundering Hoof? They do. So that's why they've been so crazy. But 75%, 12 seconds left. 15 seconds left, 12 seconds left here until the Lightning Storm hits. And Skady, 103 population, 200 favor here. If he puts a whole bunch of villagers onto gold, that would be really good. We do see the Jason coming over here, trying to defend these units here. As Skady pushes just a little bit too fast here, but it doesn't matter because he's distracted the army in. Lightning Storm clicks, and look at this army of Yoshii get absolutely deleted here. And Yoshii doesn't want to see it anymore. Yoshii taps out, and Skady claims the win. Claims the series with a reverse sweep here. An incredibly well-played series from Skady and Yoshii. The amount of commitment here to the game and just distraction and exactly what makes RTS so great is the strategy, the reel, and the time. Just I don't even know what I'm saying here, but that was such a wild game. I can't even. What an insane game here from these players. So I don't know how Yoshii managed to almost bring it back here on that fight. Fortress here, tons of villages, huge Doxody ball. No good upgrades here for Yoshii. He has pierce armor, but I mean, I guess Skady doesn't have hack armor. I don't even know. But congratulations to Skady coming third, Yoshii coming fourth. An incredibly well-played season by both of them. Huge congratulations to them. We'll be moving on to the finals very, very shortly. Don't go anywhere. If you guys enjoyed this one, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next game.